Hey everybody, once again, it's DJ Gatsby, the BBE Podcast, man. Thank you guys for tuning back in. I want to tell you about some of the guests we're going to have during December. We have Brother Michael from Pipe TV out there in Brooklyn. He also works at BronkNet. He'll tell us all about what he's done, the awards that he's winning, and the great talent that he's producing over there at Pipe TV. Also, Elva Nelson Hayes from out in California. She's going to be coming back on. Old friend of mine. We've been working together for years with books and films. She's going to come on and talk about some of the projects that she's working on. Um, and also Marcia Novella, a.k.a. Says Keith Stevens, author and a movie producer, reoccurring guest, great talent, man. We're happy to have her back. And we have some more dates for December, but I haven't confirmed the guests. So keep your eyes open, keep your ears tuned in, man, because we're going into the holiday season. I got a lot of surprises for you guys. Thanks for watching the BBE Podcast. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at DJ Gatsby X or Jeff Gatsby Wilson. And also subscribe to the YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/DJ Gatsby, to see all the videos, TV shows, and other media coverage events that we have posted. Peace, God bless. Keep putting God first in all you do. Hey, it's your man, Jeff Gatsby Wilson. We're back with more from the BBE Podcast. We're talking about the guests that we're going to have on the podcast to close out this year. We're very excited about the people that we got. We're trying to get them on, and we're trying to get everybody out to close the year. In January, we have a mother and daughter. Actually, it's my daughter, D'Amica Richardson, and my granddaughter, Danny. They have a business that they're currently running together. It's called Planning Pure Perfection. It's an event planning business that my daughter started a few years ago, and she recently added Danny to the team. She's actually one of the youngest entrepreneurs, actually the youngest entrepreneur that's ever been on the show. And we're really excited to hear what D'Amica and Danny have going on with Planning Pure Perfection. We also have a young lady by Shelly Leonard. She's also known as Shelly the Stylist. She's a professional cosmetologist who's launched a business providing hair care and cosmetic services in the home. So, it's based on seniors, but she's going to be, providing her services for people of all ages. But if you're in an assisted living facility, you're homebound, or either you just like the service and comfort of having your hair, nails, or skin treatment, whatever the manicure and pedicures in your home, that's the service that she's providing. She's going to be a guest on the show. Big shout out to Shelly. Looking forward to having you on. We're also going to have Tay Durant. Tay Durant is a music manager and who does a lot of other things. I don't want to pigeon her onto that, but I met her through a young lady that she was managing, booking agents or whatever for recently. So Tay Durant's going to be on Behind the Dream. I think is her brand and her business. Tay, thank you so much for agreeing to come. There's also Kimmy Jenkins. She was on the podcast, I think a month or so ago. She was performing at the Lehman College for Performing Arts alongside Dinah McClurkin and a host of other people. During that interview, she also mentioned that her husband was the musical director and producer for her latest video. So, and his name is Champ. So we're gonna have a husband and wife team, a musical power couple, Kimmy and Champ Jenkins on as well. Pamela Green, her and her husband have a home security business. I think it's Making Home Safe or something like that. They're also going to be on. We also want to talk to them. I met them before, do another business venture, but I'm very interested in talking to her again. So coming up in January, Planning Pure Perfection, Shelly the Stylist, Behind the Dreams, Tay Durant, Kimmy and Champ Jenkins, along with Pamela Green. Now, keep it where it says. DJ Gas to the BBE Podcast. We got a lot of things coming up to close out 2024, and we want you to watch all of these episodes. So peace, God bless you. Keep putting God first in everything you do. Hey everybody, it's DJ Gatsby, BBE Podcast, and also host producer of the talk show DJ Gatsby. I want to take a moment, man, to talk about a lot that's happened since the last time I probably reached out to you guys to get a podcast, man. It's been very, very busy last few months, and just want to recap a few things that are happening. On the sports fronts, man, my hats go off to the New York Mets. Made it to the National League Championship Series. Of course, they lost to Los Angeles Dodgers, who eventually went on to defeat the New York Yankees in the World Series. So hats off to the Yankees too. Great season. You guys did a great job, man. Nothing to be ashamed of. We look forward to you coming back again next year. Um, Also, my Jets, man. Promising career, promising season. We thought, um, but things went bad really quickly. Aaron Rodgers returned from his injury after sitting out all last year. Subsequently, we fired the head coach. Acquired a wide receiver, Dante Adams, I believe, was a excuse me, formerly of the Green Bay Packers, played along with Aaron Rodgers at that time, very successful, and they ended up bringing him into the Jets. And now I've heard that they just fired the general manager. Wow, excuse me. Not going to say too much about the Jets, man. I just think the management's making some very poor decisions. Through the draft, through the trade, and acquiring the players and putting a team together. I think the culture around the Jets, man, is just really not what they need it to be. Sauce Gardner, top cornerback. Priest Hall, top running back, man. The dudes deserve better than that. The coaches deserve better than that. Jet fans deserve better. And we're going to let that go. Also for the New York Giants, I guess everybody know the Giants, man, is failing miserably in the last few seasons. Coaching staff, I think, needs to go. They traded Saquon Barkley. One of the biggest moves in Giants history was trading that brother after injuring him coming back. Long-term contract that they gave Daniel Jones was reprehensible. I think, again, one of the worst moves they've ever made in an organization. Now I understand that he's been released as a free agent. Got to get some more information about that, man. But Giants, man, y'all got work to do, man. Y'all got work to do. Giants and Jets, y'all basically blew the football season for New York fans with the moves that you guys have made. Knicks look good. They did the trade with DiVincenzo and I forget this other brother's name. You can't stop my head, but the power forward that they let go with the deal with DiVincenzo. I can't even get it right. Another way, they got Carl Anthony Towns now with the Knicks, man. Yo, do your thing, man. Do you think? I think the Knicks is looking promising. I think they got opportunity to do some big things, man. So we're gonna keep it with that. We're gonna take a minute though, man. Excuse me. We're gonna take a minute about the politics and Kamala Harris. But we're gonna talk about that later. I'm gonna need a little bit more time. So once again, DJ Gats, BBE Podcast, Sports Edition, man. We're just talking about what's going on with the New York teams, man. Peace. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook and Instagram and subscribe to that YouTube channel, DJ Gatsby and YouTube, man. Peace, God bless. Keep putting this team first. No, you do, man. Everybody, it's your man DJ Gatsby, BBE Podcast. We're back, man. Speaking to you guys a little bit about sports and some other things. Really want to talk about now is politics, man. It was a rough time for me. I really supported the Democratic Party, the Democratic platform. The nominee, Kamala Harris, and the running mate that she had. But it seems that America had other plans. She didn't get the votes that she needed. I thought she could have campaigned harder. I thought she could have took a few things from the playbook of Donald Trump, which is the way he attacked policies and reputation. I thought she could have done that. Politics turned to a dirty game. But listen, in Rome, do what the Romans do. If that's where the political processes went, man, then let's go. Remember years ago, um, Michelle Obama said, when they go low, we go high. Listen, this is not the game right now. This politics needs to be some blood sports. What it's turned into, and I'm using that metaphorically. But big shout out to Kamala. She's only doing what she's told. If you know anything about politics, man, it's really controlled by those behind the scenes. Um, so we're not going to say too much about the presumptive president. It is what it is. He said he was going to do, and if you've been watching the news, he's actually in the process of doing that. There's a few things that are very critical um, to the American landscape, um, and I think he's exposed the fact that we have very little to say about the way this country is run. You know, you vote and you select the candidate that you want, but at that point, you have very little to say about what he does. If anybody's old enough to remember the '60s, the decades of assassinations, the decades of riots, the decades of people dying in the street at the hands of the government, military. Um, you know what I'm talking about. So, in my views, I think some of the plans that the incoming president has are very radical, and I don't think the American people are going to stand for it. I think they're going to riot. I think they're going to protest. Um, I see violence on the horizon in the streets of America. If this president actually does what he says he's going to do, and his team who support the Project 25 do what it is that they say going to do, the horizon of the political landscape in America is at risk. And I see violence because that's what America does. And I'm only referring back to the '60s when there was radical changes in the way this country was run. But again, to Kamala Harris, you lost the election, but hold your head high, my sister. We're proud of you. You've become a role model. You set the blueprint on how to get it done. Even though you didn't succeed and make it to the finish line, you stayed the course, and your work and dedication is not going in vain. And for those who stood against her, check your priorities, man. I'm pro-black. I'm unapologetically pro-black, um, and I will support African Americans and blacks in any time it's politics, criminal justice, um, public office, public service at any time. We can discuss the policies later, but let's support each other. You know, let's support each other going forward in politics, man. And now you're going to get a chance to see when you support those who don't look like you, how you're treated when they're in positions of power. So for all of those who supported the incumbent president, for whatever reasons you supported him, I see you being sadly disappointed for the next 4 years. I see you being sadly disappointed. I see you feeling responsible for the things that are going to take place under this administration. Once again, it's DJ Gasper. I want to say this: the views expressed in this particular podcast are not necessarily those of WB Media Group, but they are those of Jeff Gasper Wilson, host of the BBE Podcast. Peace, God bless. Keep putting God first in all you do.